Does your dog lick you or follow you everywhere? Then your dog may have already made a secret decision about you. Most owners never notice the signs their whole life, but by the end of this video, you'll discover the 14 behaviors that secretly prove your dog has already chosen you as their parent. Number 1. They follow you, but only to the doorway. There is a behavior so subtle most owners never register it. Your dog follows you to the bathroom, the kitchen, the bedroom, but stops exactly at the door. They don't come in. They don't whine. They just wait, completely still, until you reappear. That pause is not clinginess. In pack dynamics, a bonded animal doesn't need to be in the same space as their person. They need to know where that person is. The doorway is your dog maintaining connection without crowding you, respecting your space while refusing to lose track of you entirely. Think about what that requires. Patience, restraint, awareness. Your dog is practicing all three simultaneously every single time you walk through a door. That is not a pet behavior. That is the kind of quiet, steady loyalty most humans spend their entire lives searching for in other people and rarely find. And what your dog does the moment you're actually playing with them. Most owners completely misread it. They check on you mid-play. Watch your dog the next time they are fully playing, completely distracted, chasing something, lost in the moment. Every 30 to 60 seconds they pause and look directly at you. Not because they heard something, not because they need anything. They look because they need to confirm you are still there. Animal behaviorists call this social referencing, and it is identical to the behavior human toddlers show with their parents during play. The child runs ahead, stops, looks back, makes sure their safe person hasn't disappeared, then continues. Your dog is doing the exact same thing. To them, losing track of you is not an inconvenience. It is a threat, because you are not just someone who feeds them and opens doors. You are their anchor point, the fixed coordinate their entire world is organized around. And every 30 seconds, they check to make sure that coordinate hasn't moved. But the next sign requires 0 words, 0 sound, just their body. And when it happens, it means they've fully surrendered to you. They rest their head in your lap without being invited. No nudge, no whining, no performance. They simply walk over and place their head in your lap, like it belongs there, because in their mind, it does. Dogs do not rest their head on people they merely like. They do not rest their head on people they tolerate, or people they find useful, or people they have simply grown accustomed to. They do this with one specific category of being, the person they have fully surrendered to. That weight on your legs is not affection in the casual sense. It is trust in its purest physical form. They are giving you the most vulnerable part of their body, their head, their neck, their exposed throat, with 0 fear, 0 hesitation, 0 calculation. And then they close their eyes. Because you are the one place in the world where they feel safe enough to stop being on guard entirely. Now, there's one thing your dog does with their mouth that almost every owner gets completely wrong. They lick your hands, not your face. Most people think face licking is the ultimate sign of dog love. It isn't. When your dog licks your hands, specifically, repeatedly, deliberately, that is something different entirely. In wolf behavior, subordinate wolves lick the paws and hands of the dominant member they have chosen to follow, not out of fearful submission, out of devotion, out of a voluntary chosen declaration. You are mine to follow. You are mine to stay beside. Face licks are excitement, enthusiasm, energy with nowhere to go. Hand licks are a quiet, deliberate promise. Your dog is not being affectionate in a general sense when they do this. They are making a specific statement to you about you because of you that they have probably been making since the first week you brought them home. You just did not know what language they were speaking. Has your dog ever handed you something completely random? A sock, a leaf, a bottle? There's a reason. And it'll change how you see that moment forever. They bring you random objects for no reason. A sock, a leaf from outside, a plastic bottle from somewhere in the house. Your dog walks up and presents it, tail moving, eyes bright, completely serious about this transaction. There is no training behind this behavior, no reward they are expecting, no pattern you created. Dogs that have bonded deeply with someone feel a genuine, instinctive drive to bring them things, to contribute, to give, to participate in the relationship in the only way available to them. They cannot cook for you, cannot pay bills, cannot show up when you are sick with medicine and words, but they can bring you that sock. And in the full sincerity of their animal heart, that sock is the same as all of those things combined. It is your dog saying, I want to give you something. I want to be useful to the person I have chosen. I want you to know I am here and I am yours. The next one was actually measured in a lab, and what scientists found proves your dog's love is happening inside both of you at the exact same moment. They make eye contact during ordinary moments, not when you are feeding them, not when they want something. During completely ordinary moments, you are reading, watching something, staring at nothing. You feel eyes on you. You look over and your dog is simply looking at you. Calmly, peacefully, no agenda visible anywhere. Research from Azabu University found that this mutual gaze, sustained, voluntary, unprompted eye contact between a dog and their person triggers an oxytocin release in both simultaneously. The same bonding hormone released between mothers and newborns at first contact. Your dog is not staring at you. Your dog is producing a neurochemical bond with you, in real time, through nothing more than looking, and they initiate it, voluntarily, repeatedly, across years of ordinary moments that you have mostly forgotten. That is not a pet looking at their owner. That is love operating at a biological level, quiet, consistent, and completely unconditional. Most people laugh at the next one. They shouldn't. What's happening on the other side of that closed door is more profound than you think. They sit outside the bathroom door and wait. You close the door. 3 seconds later, 4 pause, then silence. Then that familiar shadow appearing under the gap. Your dog is sitting right there, waiting, with a patience and consistency that most humans cannot match. People find this funny. They should find it profound. Dogs descended from pack animals who did not separate, not for food, not for rest, not for anything. Separation from the pack was dangerous. It meant vulnerability. It meant being alone in a world designed to prey on the isolated. When your dog sits outside that door, they are fighting a deep, ancient biological discomfort because you are on the other side of it. You are their pack, and packs do not split up, not even for a few minutes. Not when there is any choice in the matter. That shadow under the door is not silliness. It is devotion in its most patient, most persistent form. But what your dog does the moment you walk back through the front door, before they even greet you, reveals something most owners never notice. They smell your clothes when you've been gone. You walk through the door and instead of jumping immediately, your dog buries their nose in your jacket, your shoes, your bag, and stays there, reading. A dog's nose processes information at a level so far beyond human comprehension that researchers struggle to find adequate comparisons. In those few seconds of sniffing, your dog is learning where you went, who you stood near, what you ate, whether anything about you has changed, whether anything feels wrong. They are not ignoring your return. They are catching up on everything that happened to you while you were apart, reading every hour of your absence in seconds, through scent alone. Every smell is a sentence. Every molecule of information is a paragraph in the story of your day. And they read every single word, carefully, completely, before they finally look up and say hello. Because you matter enough to deserve their full attention. Now, that little head tilt your dog does when you talk? It's not just cute. There's a specific reason it happens with your voice and almost nobody else's. They tilt their head when you talk. Mid-sentence. Your dog tilts their head. One ear repositioned. Eyes locked on yours. The whole world narrowed to Your voice. That head tilt is not random cuteness. Research confirms dogs tilt their heads to reposition their ears for better sound focus, and they do it most with the voice they care about most. Your voice specifically produces this response in a way that no other voice quite replicates. They are also watching your face shift as you speak, matching your expressions to your words, trying to build a complete picture of what you are communicating and what it means for you. They may not catch every word, but the effort they are making, the concentration, the focus, the genuine attempt to understand, that effort is reserved for you because you are worth trying for. That tilt is your dog saying, without words, I am listening. I am here. Say it again. And when you stop petting them, what they do next is one of the most honest things they will ever ask of you. They nudge your hand back when you stop petting them. You stop petting them. Your hand goes still. 2 seconds later, a wet nose pushes up under your palm. Don't stop. That nudge is one of the most honest things your dog will ever do, and it requires something that does not come easily to any living creature: the vulnerability to ask for more. Dogs that feel truly, completely safe with someone become vulnerable enough to ask, not demand, not perform, not manipulate. Simply ask, quietly, directly, with a trust that you will not reject them for needing something. That nudge means your touch is not merely pleasant to them, it is regulating. It calms something in their nervous system that nothing else quite reaches. Not food, not play, not rest. You are their comfort in its most physical, most immediate form, and they just told you, as clearly as they know how, that they are not ready for that comfort to stop. Now watch this carefully the next time someone else walks through your door, because the difference between how your dog greets them and how they greet you is impossible to fake. They greet you differently than they greet everyone else. Watch carefully the next time a guest arrives. Your dog might wag, might sniff, might show interest for 30 seconds before moving on. Now watch what happens when you walk in after 2 hours away. It is not the same. It is never the same. It will never be the same. The whole body changes. The tail moving differently, the sounds different, the inability to decide whether to spin or press against you or simply stand there vibrating with something that has no adequate name. Dogs are physically incapable of manufacturing that reaction. It cannot be trained. It cannot be performed. It cannot be faked. That greeting is not excitement in the general sense. That is your dog's world becoming complete again, specifically because you walked back into it. That reaction is reserved for you. It will always be reserved for you. But there's one thing your dog does when the room goes completely quiet, and it proves they understand you in a way most people never will. They put their paw on you when you go quiet. You go quiet. The room settles, and then a paw lands on your arm, gently, without drama, without any demand attached. Just that quiet wait, and your dog looking at you with an expression that has no translation in any human language. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to silence, specifically your silence. They know the difference between peaceful quiet and the kind of quiet that means something is wrong, between stillness that is rest and stillness that is wait, and when they detect the wrong kind, they respond the only way available to them, with presence, with touch, with the simple wordless offer of themselves. That paw is not asking for anything. It is offering something. It is your dog saying, in the only language they have, that whatever you are carrying right now, you do not have to carry it alone. They decided that about you a long time ago. And when you're not home, where do you think your dog actually sleeps? The answer will tell you exactly how much they miss you. They sleep on your side of the bed when you're not home. You come home after a night away. Your dog is not on their bed, not on the couch, not in their usual spot. They are on yours, specifically your side, your pillow, the exact coordinates of your scent in this house. When a dog misses someone, they seek out the smell of that person the way humans reach for old photographs or saved voicemails. The scent brings them closer to the absence, makes the missing slightly more bearable. Your dog did not simply sleep on your bed. They slept in the closest approximation of you that existed in this house while you were gone. They chose your side, your pillow, your smell over every other comfortable option available to them. Because even in sleep, even across distance, you are the person they want to be nearest to. That has been true since the day they chose you. And the final sign, it involves the most vulnerable part of your dog's body, and they will only show it to one person in the world. They show their belly only to you, never to strangers. A dog's belly is the most vulnerable part of their body. No bone, no armor, no defense of any kind, and most dogs guard it fiercely, instinctively, around anyone they do not fully trust. But with you, they flip over without hesitation, legs in the air, eyes soft, completely open, every defense dropped simultaneously. That is not a request for belly rubs, though it is that too. That is the highest form of trust a dog is biologically capable of expressing. They are telling you, through the only language available to them, that they have no fear around you, that you are the one being in their entire world with whom they will be completely, permanently, unconditionally unguarded. Every time that belly appears, your dog is choosing you again, the same choice they made quietly. The first time, before you even realized it was happening. Let me know how many of these signs your dog shows. 1, 5, or all of them. Because here's the truth, most owners never realize. Your dog didn't randomly start loving you like this. Every single small action, the following, the staring, the staying close in silence, it was all part of a quiet decision they made about you. Not as an owner they tolerate, but as the one they chose. Now be honest. Which sign made you pause for a second and think, wait, my dog does that? Drop the number and that one sign in the comments.